Now I will show you how to create the users in IAM. You will click to the users under IAM, go to the add user. Suppose whatever the name of the user you want to give, suppose username is Sumit or Dam or Dev or whatever you want to give, whatever name is suitable to you. You can give name unique to your IAM. Suppose test_k I have created, it will not allow you to another one. Now programmatic access, it will give you secret access key and access key ID. As I have already told you, it will give you 2 keys to download. Okay, and AWS Management Console access, it will generate a password that allows a user to sign in using AWS Console. When we'll click over here, we will have another option to auto generate a password or a custom password. Suppose we will give custom password, and password is test@1234. By using show password we can confirm. And next is user must create a new password and next sign in, so that it ensures the more security that the password will not be compromised. Next, permissions. Over here, add user to a group. Suppose we have already created a group of user which have predefined set of permission assigned to them. We can just attach that user to the group and it will automatically have the permissions. Once we detach the user from the group, it will not have the permissions. Copy permissions from existing user. Suppose you have given some sort of permission like unique permissions to some user, like someone require AWS Lambda, DynamoDB and API gateway access. Along with that he will need EC2. This is, we can consider that unique combination of resource access. Now we want to assure or we want to assign the same set of credential to another user. For that we can copy the rights from the user to the new one or attach existing policies directly. These are already created policies by the AWS. Like, these are the best method to attach a policy if we are not aware of anything. So whatever the access we want to assign to the new user, we can just select, and suppose we want to give the administrative access, we will select it over here and next review and create user. Okay, that's done. So this is access key, this is secret access key. We can send in mail, so a mail will be shooted to the person to whom you want to share the key. You can see access key, secret key. This will be emailed to the user because this is secret access key, it is by default hide. Or you can download the CSV and see this is username, password, secret access key and console login link. By using that link, these access key and these secret key. In case of console login, these are not useful. These are useful in case of programmatic access. Console login link, password we have given by ourselves. If the password was auto generated, that has been filled over here. So in case of console login link, the username and password will be useful over here. So that is about user. Now suppose I have told you about federation of existing user, like we already having a network in our organization, the users are being already authenticated by some mechanism. We can directly provide the users access of AWS resources just by that previous authentication that is being already in place in some organization. So the user who has already logged in replaces his or her existing identity with a temporary identity in our AWS account. So for federation of some company account to AWS account, we will use identity temporary credential that will be used for some span of time, and after that they will be discarded and rotated from time to time. If our corporate directory is compatible with SAML, security assertion markup language, we can configure corporate directory to provide SSO, that is called a single sign-on access to the AWS Management Console for our users. If our corporate directory is not compatible, we can create an identity broker application to provide SSO, again single sign-on, access to the AWS management console for our users. If our users already have internet identity, then we can make use of that to log in into the AWS IAM console. Now there are some best practices that we should follow into the IAM. We should never use root user access key, never ever, because these are very harmful if get into wrong hands, or for administrative user also, if they fire some command accidentally, then they will land in a hot soup. So be careful whenever you have to use the root user access key. You should never ever use it. You should log in into the account like I previously told you. You should create your own password, create your own access keys and use them. Provide the limited credential and use them. So if we have an access key for the root account, delete it and create a new account with administrative privileges and create new keys. If in any case you must have to have it, you should rotate it time to time. We should never ever share our AWS account or access keys. Always use a strong password and use MFA, multi-factor authentication, already described. Create individual IAM users. Like in organizations, sometimes this has been seen, or many times it happens, there is one user being created for one of the user and being used by all of the employees in the project or all of the colleagues of the same. So these kind of things should be avoided, because that can lead to problem, or these can lead to discrepancy. Suppose there are some users who are new to the organization, who are not much acquainted with the infrastructure or with the AWS. Suppose if they are firing some command, suppose there are some users who are not so much acquainted with the AWS and fired some command accidentally, then it will lead to annihilation of us. Okay, so be careful. Create individual IAM users and provide the limited rights to that person. We should use AWS defined policies to assign permission. See, I have shown you three options, like assign user to IAM group. Second one was copy policy from another user. Third one was use AWS defined policies. So these are the best policies and updated by AWS as new services or APIs are introduced. AWS managed policies are designed to support common tasks. Whatever you want to do, you can do with the same. Suppose there is one group of users, like there is a development group and all of them are doing the almost similar task and they will require to access same resources. So what we do for them, we will create a group of users and assign the users to that group. We will use the first option that we have seen in the create user time. Grant least privileges. Each and every time I am asking over here that we should grant least privileges to the user, because if a user is having the privileges that is not of his concern or that could harm our project or our infrastructure, we should not give access to that resources. If a person is concerned with EC2, we will just restrict him to the EC2 and read only access. Some person is requiring S3 read only access, we should restrict him to that level only. We should not give him the write access or assign or delete the user permission. So be careful each and every time. Grant least privileges. Use access level to review IAM permissions. AWS categorizes each service's action into one of 4 access level. And what are these? List, read, write and permission management. Permission management is to assign the permission, to take back the permission. We can use these access level to determine which action to include in our policies. There are few more things to consider every time. Configure a strong password policy for our users. See, whenever we are going to create a password policy, we should take into consideration that password should not be easily decipherable or should not be easily rememberable. So whenever user is going to create, we should give normal policies like one capital, one small number and one special character, minimum length. These are the few features that we can define a password must have.